Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Karen Lavenderclothesline, and today I have a hard goods haul that I have been wanting to do because it is such a good mix of craziness, vintage, shoes, modern stuff, and just some really interesting items. So let's get started. Let's jump right in. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will share with you the items that I am picking up for resale online. Now, I just ran back like 10 seconds ago from doing a Facebook marketplace. No, it was an eBay pickup. Can't even keep it straight. In a local parking lot, I sold a little chair. I will try to insert the photo here, and sold it for $75. So the pickup place that I do is not at my house. I don't bring people to the house, but it is really convenient, probably like 10 minutes down the road. I am just popping back home to make this video, and then I'm out and about again. So please hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll start the haul. All right, so the first item is a really unusual item, and I saw this and I said, what in the world? It is a handmade leather Western seat cushion. So as you can see, it has two horses prancing up top, and it says USA. This whole thing is made out of leather, solid leather, and it does have perforated holes. Somebody took great care to make this. That's the front and the back. And I got this for $6.99 at a thrift store, and I think it's listed in my eBay store. I have been listing at quite the clip. I think I listed probably 20 or 30 yesterday. I've been really trying to feed the algorithm. So forgive me if I forget what these items are listed for, but you can always do a little work and go into my store and see what I have the items listed for. But again, first item, handmade leather seat cushion. USA, 2 galloping horses. I paid $7. All right, the next item I'm just going to do to get out of the way because it's not anything interesting. This is put out by a company called XOXOXOX, and this is their duo bowls. Now it's a set of how many bowls? 7 bowls? 6 bowls. 6-piece food preparation bowl set, 3 mixing bowls, 2 preparation bowls, and a colander. And the reason I picked this up is I like the colorway, but this brand can bring good money. So I imagine I'm going to get probably around the $40 mark for these. The only time I do pick up sets like this in plastic is when they're new. I really don't bother with the used sets unless it was like something really good from Tupperware, vintage Tupperware or something like that. But for contemporary sets, I go ahead and pick these up when they're new, and my buy-in price is fairly low. Now this I did pay $7 for, a little bit high for me, but I figured with it being baking season, I had a good chance of it selling. But even if I don't mind sitting on something like this. I'm convinced these will sell, and I think this company is in the UK. I don't even remember. I could probably read the back, but I'm going to say I think this is from, not from the US. So XOXOXOX Duo set of bowls. Okay, the next set of items fell in love with the minute I saw these. I'm going to try to lift these up without breaking them and hold all 3. So this is number 1. Number 2. See if I can balance this without cracking these little guys. And number 3. How good are these? So it's a family of owls with glowing eyes. Now the eyes look to be just a plastic little domed glowy eye, but these are not light up. These are just a ceramic mold. I don't see the mold company like Atlantic Mold or something like that on the bottom, but they're definitely vintage. I'm going to put the other 2 down. Now the mama owl does have a cracked foot that somebody repaired. They did an okay job. I think the job could have been a little bit better, but it's fairly good. So that is the mama owl, and we're going to call this the papa owl. Look how his eyes glow. I just found these so good. Anytime light in the room bounces off his eye, he has a real glowy look, and I just love these 3. So these 3 were packaged in a clear plastic bag. That drives me crazy with thrift stores when they're just throwing items into, it's almost like a little bread baggie, and I'm so happy they didn't get shipped. I love saving stuff like this. And these are listed in my eBay store. Again, I couldn't tell you, I'm sorry guys, what I have it listed for. You can go ahead and go into Lavenderclothesline on eBay and sort my listings by newest added first. Anytime you see a video, if you're trying to find something to see what I'm selling it for, you can go ahead and sort my store by listings newest, added first, added newest. I don't know what it's called, newest first, something like that. I should know this, but I don't. Yeah, and then you can see what I'm selling for. And I run different sales every 2 days. So every 48 hours, I run a percentage off sale, anywhere from 15% to 40%. I think right now I have 40% going, but by the time this video airs, it could be something totally different. But a set of 3 owls, vintage ceramic with glowing eyes. Absolutely, yes. All right, next up is this beautiful brass horse. I saw him sitting on a shelf with his tail flying in the wind. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. I love the movement of pieces when you find different brass pieces. Really, really nice. Now he is, I would imagine, made in India. A lot of the brass pieces I find are made in India. I believe he's vintage. Not positive about that, but really nice condition. Now his feet, 2 of his feet do have little holes. I'm not sure if when the brass was poured, it was like a bubble, or if he was connected to something, like a base. I don't know about that. I'm gonna try to zoom in. Hopefully you can see that, but either way, beautiful, beautiful. I said yes to him. And when you set him down, he's prancing, he's galloping. So yes to beautiful brass pieces, especially when they're an animal and they have movement in them. All right, next up, you guys have seen me pick up quite a few of these. You know I love good wood, I love wooden bowls, especially the monkey pod bowls. So I picked up this monkey pod bowl, and let me just say as a side note, this is hair goals right here. If I could pick any coloring for my hair, I would pick monkey pod, monkey pod stripes for my hair. So beautiful, I love these. And this one is marked monkey pod right on the back. Now monkey pod is the type of wood, I think, I'm not sure about this, I think it's similar to a teak. But a lot of times these come from like Indonesia, Thailand, I think Hawaii, I think sometimes. And this one is, let me throw on a pair of glasses here and see if I can see if it's marked where this one comes from. This one is, oh, Philippines. This one is from the Philippines. So I said yes to this, a scallop shape, probably for like chips and dip or veggies and dip. Just beautiful. And I paid $3 for it. The next item I'm picking up is a solid copper platter tray thing. And it has a floral motif, looks like daisies along the brim. Really pretty. I imagine the daisies are stamped. That's what the back looks like. And the tag says Georgian, made in USA, solid copper. So definitely a vintage tray. There are a couple of copper companies that I look for, and Georgian is one of them. So really, really nicely made. It does have a hook for wall hanging, so I imagine that this is more for display, but you can actually use this. It being copper is food safe. And what did I pay for this? I think I paid $5 for this, so $4.99. And I said absolutely yes. Now, in my opinion, these beautiful copper pieces should bring even more money, but I think I have this for $30 or $35. Don't quote me on that, but really, really nice tray. And I love copper. I think copper goes with a lot of different decors, and that's one of the reasons that it does well for me. I don't think I keep copper that long. I think people who collect it really look for beautiful items, so unique. So this is great on a bar too, to put some wine glasses or just for general entertaining. Really, really pretty. The next set of items I saw together, they wanted 99 cents for them, and I took them all and asked the manager to give me a group price, which they did. They were great about that. They are chocolate boxes. So these boxes are very intricately beaded and sequined and bedazzled. And there are 4 reindeer and 3 Santas I bought. So this is the brand Galerie au Chocolat. That's what the back says. Pardon my French, it's awful. And like I said, I have 3 Santas. Let me do it this way. So really, really nice satin boxes, and they were sold with chocolates in them. I don't know what these would have went for originally, but I imagine this would be a fairly pricey box of chocolates, because the work that goes into this box, even though the box itself is made in China, is really, really time consuming. So 7 satin chocolate boxes, no chocolates included, and I believe I have this listed as a lot. I'm selling them together. The reason I picked these up is even though they don't have the candy in them, I think these would be great for little gift giving, to put little presents in them, even to stick like a gift card in, or just special little presents. Very fun. So I said yes to Galerie au Chocolat chocolate boxes. All right, next up is just a set of coasters. This is a very old set. I'm going to say this is probably between vintage and antique. They are cut crystal, diamond pattern. I'm going to put this down so I don't drop it. So that's what they look like. And the coasters, I'm going to take the coasters out, sit in this little 3-legged stand, and they have lion's paws on the bottom. I would imagine that the posts are brass. That's what it looks like to me. And the base is silver plate. It could be that the whole thing is silver plate. That could also be. I don't see a marking on it anywhere to denote what the metal is, but I thought these were really special. And one of them actually has a sticker, West Germany, 24% lead crystal. So really, really pretty. And what did I pay for these? I believe, again, $4. All right, what should we talk about next? I'm always saying that. What should we talk about next? How about Eldrith Pottery Honey Pot? Don't you love a good honey pot? I'm a honey user, and I don't even put my honey in this. I just leave honey in the jars that it came in. But I thought this was really beautifully done. It seems to have the salt glaze on it. Salt glaze, I've explained in the past, is when the potter throws salt into the kiln when the kiln is at its highest temperature. And it creates like an orange peel, like a little dimpled finish in the glaze. So that is what the top looks like with the cutout for the little honey ladle, honey spoon. I'm sure there's a name to this. Honey dauber. And really nice condition. Oh, I'll show you the bottom. So the bottom is signed Eldrith 2017. And I do well with Eldrith pottery. Now some of the pieces, the older pieces, the beautiful pieces can bring crazy high money. They're just so gorgeous. The everyday pieces, that's what I'm going to call this. I'm going to guess probably about $30 for the honey pot. That's just a guess. I really haven't comped this, I don't think. Have I? I think I listed it. I don't know I comped it. Just moving right along. I picked up this vanity tray. It is a mirrored tray. And I love to pick these up. These do quite well in my store. This one is vintage. You can see the old velvet felt on the back that doesn't lie about its age. You can almost always tell if a piece is vintage by the bottom. That's the first clue of where I look to tell vintage. This one is a metal filigree edge, and it has angels in it. How pretty is that? I love this for farmhouse chic. I love it for cottage chic is really a good key term for this, because the cottage furniture, a lot of it, and the decor is whitewashed. So this would be good in a beach house, cottage, farmhouse. I would almost, I guess if it was gold, I would do Hollywood Regency. I don't know that white fits into Hollywood Regency style, but I might throw that in the keywords too. But really, really pretty. I paid $4.99 for it, and I have no idea what it's listed for. Okay, so the sunshine is just beautiful here today. Very chilly in central Pennsylvania, but I am like a cat sitting in the front window just enjoying the warmth. So I hope this lighting is okay. What shall we talk about next? Since we just did coasters, I'll do another set of coasters. Guys, I pick up a lot of sets of coasters, bookends, things like that, and this is no different. So this is just a little slide out. I'm sure we've all seen these. Cork and wood coasters that fit in this little case, but the thing I really liked about it is there is a gold butterfly painted on top. Butterflies are still well loved. People collect things with butterflies on them, and I thought this was great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little coasters all neatly put away in a wooden box. I would imagine this is mid-century, and who makes this? Glasses on. This is George Good Corporation, made in Taiwan. So what is Taiwan? I think Taiwan, I've forgotten the date for it, 70s, I think I'm gonna guess. So it might be 70s, it might not be mid-century modern, but I said yes to George Good butterfly topped coaster set. All right, another coaster set. I didn't realize I picked up so many coasters. I was in a coaster mood. Okay, so this one is an Asian lacquered box. So the box itself is made out of wood, and it's round, and it has even a cutout and then the shape so you know which way to put the top on. I love thoughtfully made pieces. And inside are the round coasters. Again, felt on the bottom. You can see that felt has some age to it. Really, really pretty. Now, some antique lacquered pieces can bring really crazy high money, but I think a lot of those are the pieces that are super old. And at this point, I'll stop because I don't know what I'm talking about, but always yes to beautifully painted lacquered boxes that hold coasters. The next item up that I picked up, is actually two items. They are a wire mesh, it's almost like chicken wire, set of trays, and this is Primitives by Cathy. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Primitives by Cathy are a lot of exactly what it sounds like, primitives, country house type decor. So two wire baskets or trays with a rope handle, really, really nice. Again, farmhouse, country style. But this could also go into an antique house. You know, I could even see this sitting on top of a beautiful like English server, you know, mahogany wood or something like that, with a real juxtaposition going on with a fine piece and then something very primitive. So I said yes to this because a lot of people will be organizing in January. After the whole holiday season is over, January is always a new linens month. People start to really turn their focus into nesting and just organizing their homes. So that's one of the reasons I said yes to this, but I pretty much would have picked these up at any point. I paid $4 for the two, and you know, I'm just going to stop saying I don't know what these go for because these I haven't sold before, so this will be a surprise of what this brings, and I could not find these comping them. But Primitives by Cathy has the following, so you might want to look that name up if you don't know, and Cathy is spelled with a K. All right, another group of items that I grabbed quickly were tractors, die-cast tractor toys. Now, not only are these fun for little children to play with, but these are collected. So this one is Massey Harris. Now, the older ones that are made out of iron, this is my knowledge about it, can bring crazy high money. What I have here today is probably a solid $25 to $30 a vehicle. The ones outside the box, I did get 3 without boxes and 1 in the box. I paid $3.99 a piece, so I paid $4. So even if it is just bought for a child, how could you say no to a fun red tractor with big yellow wheels? So that is number 1. Number 2 is 770 Oliver. Now this one is missing a little bit of a piece up top. You can see this side, I'm going to call it a wheel cover, and see this one on this side is missing. And this one actually has a sticker on it that it was in a toy show. Blue River Valley Toy Show, Shelby, Indiana, June 2nd, 1994. So I got that one. Next up is another red one. And this is Farmall. I don't know if Farmall is the name of it. McCormick Farmall, MTA. So I picked up this one. And the fourth one I found is a John Deere. This John Deere I think is a little bit older. This is number 540. Most of these die-cast metal vehicles have numbers, model numbers to them, which makes it a lot easier. And does this have a date? I think I looked this up and this was like 1980 something, but I'm not seeing it on the box. I think I looked it up by the model number, unless I'm looking right at this. I don't see it. And so I said yes to 4 toy tractors, die-cast metal, that aren't worth a whole ton. But like I said, I think I'm probably going to get about $25 to $30. So for the 4, you figure probably $100. And collectively, my buying cost, let me see, 3, 6, 9, no, 4, 12, probably under $20. So 20 into 100. All right, I think we're going to end this video with a couple of pairs of shoes. I do have a ton more, so you can expect a couple of more hard good hauls, and I promise I will get to a clothing haul. Recently, I have been finding a few good names, some good Lululemon, solid pieces, Ireland sweaters, what else? But you know, a lot of times I really don't feel like excited to show you clothing unless it's like really unusual pieces, heavily beaded pieces, because a lot of what I find here in central Pennsylvania is not really, you know, the high-end pieces. But even if it was, unless it's something we can learn from, I don't really see the sense of saying, hey, I picked up this, you know, Ralph Lauren, I picked up this, because we all know those labels. So a lot of what I try to show you are interesting pieces, things that I'm buying and why I'm buying them, why my store does well with those type of pieces. And let me just say that I did start as Lavender Clothesline. I still am Lavender Clothesline, but I started with selling women's clothing. But hard goods, especially vintage hard goods, sell much better for me, I'm going to say. Like, say you have a Ralph Lauren pair of shoes and they're a size 8. You're waiting for that buyer that has a size 8 foot, that wants that style shoe in that color for whatever reason they or purpose they need those shoes for. But if you buy, like, I don't know, a vanity tray or a honey pot, it's not as specific to that certain buyer. So I have more of a propensity to go for items that are more universal, if all of that makes sense. So while I will be showing clothing, and I do enjoy buying clothing and listing clothing, I'm really finding the vintage hard goods very exciting and very unique. So with having said that, I will show a couple of pairs of shoes, and it just so happens Ralph Lauren polo, men's leather sneakers. So these are really nice. These have the style name in them, I believe. I'm going to put one down. It's just a high top sneaker, and this is the TED, T-E-D-D. I don't think I've sold this before. Now, when I saw these sitting on the shelf, they were quite dirty with the rubber, so we did clean this up. Lisa came over yesterday and we photographed and listed. For those of you who don't know, Lisa is my middle daughter, and she photographs for eBay for me 5 hours a week. So the rest of the days I'm doing all the photographing, but she does come over and help. She's my one employee, my part-time employee, and she now has her own channel. And thank you to all of you who have watched her videos to encourage her. Her video channel is called A Girl and Her Work Boots, and most of her content is going to be fixing up the house that they bought. So go over and give her a like and a follow. I will leave the link for her channel down below in the description to this video. Getting back to shoes, so I picked these up. I imagine these will bring probably around the $40 mark, and I paid $7.47. The next pair of shoes that I picked up, a pair of men's loafers. These are made in Spain, and the name is Mezlan, M-E-Z-L-A-N. This is a really nice brand. I don't know that I've found this brand before, but the minute I saw it, absolutely yes, really nice quality. Now, the way that you tell it's a driving loafer is the heel is protected with a continuation of the sole material. So whatever the sole is made of on the bottom, see these black gripping sole pieces, and then the heel, it will be continued, because when your foot is, when your foot is on the gas pedal and this heel rests, this rubber will protect your shoe from wearing out. So they're called driving loafers. I'm sure you guys all knew that. Black, it's almost like a pebble leather with a bold white stitch. Really beautiful, really nice. And I said yes to them. They're a size 11. Okay, I think I'm going to end the video there. Thanks so much for joining in with me today. Please hit the like and subscribe button. And as always, go out and get what's yours.